just gonna. Oh, dude, this looks actually really fire.
It looks good.
Yeah.
Thank God. I'm very happy.
All right.
I mean, it's a great spot. You got the lights and everything. Like...
Yeah. So yeah, I guess the first thing I really wanted to talk about is like, what was your mind state when recording Raw? Like, how would you just describe like the thought process and how you've been tackling it?
So like the first Raw or the second Raw? Like the one that I'm making now, or like the first one?
Let's start with the first one and how you got here.
Well, it really... What made me want to start making Raw, I was going through a lot. I was getting through a point where like I really wanted to do music long term, right? It was right after X died, and like I just wanted to kind of give like my first... I wanted to give a first impression on what type of music I was making, like what I really wanted to do and shit like that. I was making a lot of old school music at the time, like J. Cole, Isaiah Rashad, like Joey Badass type music. And I was just talking about my life and how I felt, and I was like very depressed too during that moment. Like during that time I had a lot of shit going on, like mentally. So I just wanted to showcase that, and what made me want to push Raw so much is because of X really, like kind of like the same mentality that he had along the lines of like, I want to spread my message to people who feel the same exact way and they can relate to my music. You know, it's not necessarily music that you could sit there and bump to, like speaking about like Raw, not like any other. Like I have songs that you can listen to and bump to, but like this is more of like a self-reflection type of series that I got going on, and that's the same premise of Raw too. Just with a little bit more flavor, with a little bit more character. I definitely think a lot more people will be able to relate to this one rather than the previous one, just because of the amount of time I put into it. But it's the same premise for Raw 1 and 2, kind of just giving like just a message about my life really and how I'm feeling.
Do you think that like I feel like a lot of music now is... Do you feel like music is still reflective? Because I feel like sometimes the biggest thing of music, and it's always been like this, is really just like turn up shit. Do you feel like... How do you feel the spaces for like self-reflection type shit?
I feel like it's a part of rap that's very like underground, obviously. Well, not underground, but it's very not like... It's not the most viral stuff. It's not the stuff that really gets played. You know, you could probably like... If you listen to that type of... if you're listening to like that type of music, you're more of like a music listener. You know, there are a lot of people that listen to music, but they just listen to it because it's on the radio. They don't really take the time to like look at artists and go deep into music like that. But I think I have the ability to like change that and set a narrative for like, hey, you know, like the more important shit is what you're really going through. The reason why you're going through such a hard time is because you're listening to things that aren't you. Yeah. You know, yeah, you can use that as motivation, but in the same sense, it's like, if you're going to listen to that type of music about like a life that you're not living yet, don't make it upset you. If anything, it should motivate you. But that's not how people perceive that music. So I feel like if they hear something that's like really about them, they'll think about it more. Like, what am I really doing with my life? And then change it from there. So that's kind of like the music I make.
How like do you feel like your music is very like you tell your story, right? So do you feel like because of that, how does it feel to know like so many people fuck with you and fuck with your story, and like do you feel like you bring together people who have like a similar story, like it's kind of like a uniting through?
I think my sound does bring a lot of kids that go through kind of like what I went through. I could just see it, you know. That's what my neighborhood really is like. You have the kids that play the sports that know what they want to do with their lives, but on the other side, in like right next door is like a kid who has like a really bad time like with his family, growing up in a harsh environment, doesn't have a lot of friends, has a very depressed mindset, you know, just lost. And that's kind of where I was, and I see all these kids, and like the kids that listen to my music a lot are those type of kids, you know. And it's not that I prefer that, but I'm not surprised that why, because I was that person. You know, I feel like people go to what they relate to exactly, you know, why I do it. But like then I have songs like Do That, I have songs like Clementine that attract the other side, like the kids who do got like not such a harsh time growing up, you know?
Yeah.
So I hit both spectrums pretty well, so I feel like I resonate with both sides really well.
Something that you told me a while ago is like you feel like you want to be really versatile and you want to like music in general, like a lot of people have their lanes but you don't want to really stay in a lane. Like what makes you... How do you feel about your versatility, and how do you feel like that's different or like you want to become the norm?
I think my versatility is like the biggest part of me. I think versatility for me is such a awesome thing because I'm the type of person, I don't listen to only one genre of music, so I don't understand why I would only make one. You know, I listen to so many different types of music. I'm in love with so many different types of sounds, and I like creating stuff, and I like, you know, I make what I like. So I'm not gonna hold myself to a standard like, all right, I'm only gonna make rap music. No, because there's gonna be a day or a period of time where I'm not gonna want to make rap music. Like I only want to make rap music right now because I want to make Raw. But after Raw is completely done and I don't have to think about Raw anymore, I'm probably gonna make some fucking R&B pop shit. Like, swear to God, you know, it just really just depends.
Yeah. And so something about you is like, and 47 in general, is you kind of turn into like a leader of like a bunch of people. When did you always know you were a leader? Did you used to, was it something that you've been doing for a while? Like, what made you into the leader that you are now?
Well, kind of like answer in like step by step what you said. So it's like, I do consider myself like a leader in the sense, you know, like I did start this group, or I brought this group up to where I always wanted it to be, you know, like kind of just where status wise right now. Keep this in though. I think we're good now. I think I started, like, my mom's always noticed it. My mom was always the type of person to be like, well, like, she would just see the type of things I would do as a kid and how people would react to my stuff, and she would always, like, rebound, like, what they would say about me, like, but not to me, but, like, to my mom and stuff. And she was, like, she's always been proud of me about that, because I've always, like, been against the grain when it comes to a lot of things. And she's always noticed that, so. I think I do have leadership skills. I think I still have a lot to learn, because a leader also has a lot of self-control. And sometimes I feel like I make not the right decision sometimes. So I'm still learning as an individual. It takes me a little bit, but I get somewhere every time. So, yeah, I do consider myself like a leader figure, especially when it comes to these fans. You know, my followers, my cult following. I don't even call them my fans. I call them my like just 47. Like, every single fan is just 47 because they mess with the mindset. There's a lot of them that will even put it in their Instagram name. Like I said before in the studio. Yeah. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, you know, that shit, that's the reason why I go so hard with the music. And that's why sometimes it's hard for people to, like, hear that I want to do music as my life. But, bro, if you were doing the shit I was doing, like, if you were impacting the people that you were, like, it would change you. It changes you. You know? Why do firefighters want to become firefighters? They want to save people. A lot of them want to save people. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I want to do with the music. And firefighters who want to become firefighters know that, like, they also want to have that joy of, like, you know, doing something like that. Heroism. You know, I have that type of feeling. I want to be a hero.
Do you think, like, that was fucking fire. But so, like, going off of that and just being here for, like, the kids, I'm just saying, like, a lot of kids are lost. Like, is it crazy to you? Has it hit you yet? Like, you know, like, because you're slowly building up, and you've built up, like, this, like you said, like, 47, and just a bunch of these kids that, like, either feel lost or they're just, like, they fuck with you. Like, did you think that it was going to happen? Like, like, you always might have thought of it, but, like, how has the vision been coming together?
I have this weird thing, like, where I kind of downplay my success, because I don't know, I don't hold myself to a standard sometimes, and when I think that's a downfall, because, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm starting to realize that now I really do think I'm the best rapper in the state. I think that personally, and it's not me being greedy. It's just because, you know, if you don't think that, you're never going to get anywhere. You know, every basketball player thinks they're the greatest because they put themselves in that mindset. They don't want to lose. You know what I mean? They want to be the best. They compete. And it's like, I just really think that the music itself is the reason why I am, like, the reason why the fans like it. Actually, but I do, the way I carry myself also. I'm very, like, you can tell, like, when you see me, like, I'm very open. You know, I'm not really, like, just to the side mostly. Like, I'll come up to you, I'll introduce you, you know, I'll introduce you to everybody, I'll keep you involved, you know, like, I always, like, you know, even when you were at the party the first time, I always tried to make sure that you were involved in shit, you know. I do that with everybody. I want to make sure everyone's good.
Yeah, you look after people.
Exactly, and I think that's why people resonate with me the most.
Do you feel like
I don't know if I went off a little bit on that question.
Nah, that was fire. Do you think like why'd you do that? Like what was it something that like? Because I feel like sometimes like you don't have to do any of that stuff. Like
no, absolutely not.
But it's instinctual. You know what I mean? Like you go out of your way to make sure everyone feels involved and all that. And like you said that you felt like you did it when you were a kid, but like what's the real like is it like a gut feeling? Is it just like
because I was abandoned a lot. Like nobody fucked with me. Like realistically, like I would go to elementary school and I'd be wearing like dancing shoes up to my fucking calves, like high tops. You know, wearing the weirdest shit. Bringing in stickers from this random skateboard thing just because I used to watch Justin Bieber and I matched his shoes, right? Like, people did not fuck with me in school. And then I got, like, low-key, like, jumped in my schoolyard and, like, when I was in 7th grade. And then it was, like, you know, like, going into high school, like, I never played, like, I barely touched a basketball and I tried out for freshman year because I also didn't give a shit. I gave a shit, like, when it came to, like, doing things, but I did give a shit about what people thought about me at the time. But I would do anything. I would just hate like the lashing back from people. So like barely knowing how to play basketball, I tried it for freshman year and I fucking didn't make it. People made fun of me about it. I worked my ass off and I fucking made the team the next year and people hated it. Like yeah, I wasn't getting playing time, but still, people still were so tight that I made that team because they were like, this fucking bum comes back, makes team, and then I made junior year. And they were even more tight because I made it over a couple of people that were on the team for a long time. I've always been an overachiever, and I think the reason why I'm able to connect with people now is because of what I went through. The reason I give so much is because I didn't have. Now that I'm in a position to give, I want to fill in that what I didn't have when I was younger.
I think that's like a test of character and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It's one of the things, like... Because I feel like it's, like, brave as fuck, you know what I mean? Because that's what we all want. And, like, I feel like a lot of people are kind of... So it's like, do what you wish you had.
Dude, my name is Slouch. That used to be the name people used to call me to make fun of me.
And now people fucking... who love you just call you... You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You take a bad situation and you make it yours. You know? You gotta remember, every situation that you're in is yours. So you have the ability to either make it a good one or a bad one. It's completely up to you. It could be good, but it could be hard. It could be bad, it could be easy because you don't have to do shit. Yeah. But people don't work, that's why. Like they expect good shit to come and they don't do anything. Like
they don't want to put the time in to get the success for it.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Do you feel like
it has a lot to do with this too, because kids mad young be smoking this shit.
Yeah. When did like 47 like really start? Like when was the first time you started really understanding the 47 mentality? Like when did you? Because it's inspired by, you know, like just
Capital Steez.
Yeah. So when did you really find like Steez and just like start really messing with his message?
Well, I'm gonna be 100% completely honest. I didn't know who Capital Steez was. And I really wasn't a Joey Badass listener until okay, so this is how it started. So this kid from my high school, Fresco Kojak, shout out Matt Cruz, shout out Fresco Kojak, that's my brother. OG 47, but it was back when it was the other name. So basically, I hit him up because I knew that he rapped. He already graduated, and this is when I was like kind of releasing music already. And I was like, yo, like I heard you got like this group. And like I'd love to be a part of it and making music. I would love to show you some stuff. He hit me back in a DM. He was like, yeah, bet, 100%. We went to my first studio session. I made the song Ratchet. I think it's still on my SoundCloud. Cool kid laying low, fucking with a ratchet. I was surrounded with a bunch of like hood people, bro. Like this little kid from like just Middle Village, and I was flaming the boo, bro. Like 17. It was mad funny. And then I was a part of a group called SOD 247, Sound of Our Dreams 247. And 247 was a work ethic, but then we also implemented the 47 from Capital Steez, and that's when I got introduced to Capital Steez. And then I started listening to his music, and like I didn't know where to find it at first, so I found it on Spotify, and it was only like this one mixtape that I found on Spotify, and then I went and I listened to like his freestyles and stuff, and when he was doing shit with Pro Era and Joey Badass, like I was like, oh shit, and then I started listening to Joey Badass after that. Like I really started getting in tune with like, you know, just spiritual. I was very spiritual. I was lost, and you know, I was battling if I was like Catholic or if I'm just like spiritual and I believe in the universe, and I got introduced to this, and just talking about energy and like chakras, like balance and overall just well-being is what makes you a good person and a happy person. Like it made me calm down a little bit, because I was always like this type of person that like I would do something and I would freak out because of like God. I gotta freak out. Like it's like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to like hell or purgatory. Like I'm just like, and I was like, bro, but I can't think like that. Like I gotta really just figure myself out first before I wonder what fucking thing in the sky is gonna tell me. Like think about it, you know what I mean? Like I had to figure myself out. So that kind of introduced me into that type of way of thinking, and then I just rode with it since.
Yeah.
And then I started growing a real big appreciation for Capital C's, and the fact that, you know, the way he went out was the way he went out. Like that relates to me too because of how my dad went out. You know, it's a little skeptical, maybe that's what happened, but still, that's what I grew up knowing about my dad. And yeah, so that hit hard. That hit hard for home, you know. So that's why. And then we kind of went through this phase where it was like we weren't really pushing as hard, and I wanted to like Do That was already out, and I was already gaining my fan base. I wanted to bring everyone else up, and I was like, yo, listen, like let me rebrand this whole shit. Like we'll get merch out, like I will get fans for us. And then fucking I took it over. I took the SOD 247 out because that's like OG group. Like you could still be SOD, like you know. It was just this. It was like 5 of us. And then I just put 47 because I also see that number. How many times did we see the number today, Will?
Like 20, bro.
Like 20.
Yeah.
Like it's just, bro. People who hang out with me see the number everywhere. You know?
Yeah.
And I've gone to a part where I'm not even spiritual. I feel like I'm a full-blown atheist, right? I just believe I'm a fucking animal. But like, you know, it's actually crazy. You know, I do see the number everywhere.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it makes me think. Like, what if, you know?
What if there's something that connects it?
And if there is, I'm gonna find out something. You know?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not gonna find out just because I believe this way. Like we're all human.
Yeah.
So if there is that something, I'm gonna find out. And I feel like if I just live like a good person, if I'm just a good person, you know, I shouldn't have a demise. You know? Say like if I don't believe in God, right?
Yeah.
But I do so many great things for people, right? Would I go to hell?
Nah.
How do we know? You know?
Yeah.
Because like we look up to heaven, but there's not heaven up there. There's a fucking space and fucking rocks. You know, like it's not what we know.
Yeah. It's just up there, and people have been stressing about it for like more than 2,000 years.
Millions. Well, not millions.
A long ass fucking time.
Native Americans were like, well, not Native Americans. Well, yeah, like sun god. When there was a drought, they thought like God was mad at them.
Yeah.
You know, like they really believed that. We're just a little more evolved, but we're still the same thing.
Yeah.
We just think differently.
You feel like what do you want to get out of Raw 2? Like what do you want it to accomplish? What do you want people to like how do you want it to like really do? Like what do you want people to get from it?
That's gonna pick it up.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna pick up.
Yeah. Do you want me to get?
Yeah, just just open that door down there and he'll know. Tom's just trying to get in the crib.
I thought she was like a bike or something. It's not like a sweetie ass bike.
He'll let you know when he wants to get in the crib.
Hey.
He'll know.
Guy's 5 billion years old. He knows what he wants.
Exactly. I'm happy you remember that he's old.
Oh, dude, 22-year-old cat. I'll remember that, bro.
It's got to be a record somewhere.
Oh, definitely.
It's got to be.
Guinness World Records, that shit.
It's just unbelievable. But of course, it's in this house, and I live on 74th Street. Just like it's so funny, bro. The bus I used to take to school was the Q47.
47?
One bus. It's like a sick joke at this point.
I remember like because when I started getting to like Steez and Joey at like 16, and I was in the same type of mental state where I was just kind of like dealing with like a bunch of stress at school.
I was mad angry.
Yeah,
angry kid.
I was just angry. Like I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do with life, because like, you know, school really doesn't. Unless you want to be like standard job, like if you want to create, I feel like school doesn't do shit for you.
Unless you're in a creating school.
Yeah.
But even
then, like I know kids that like are they don't feel like the school's letting them create enough, because it's. But like I feel like that what really like I related to Steve's was just like the pure like he vented, and he wasn't like obvious about, like it was just kind of like it wasn't like obviously sad. It was just telling a story, and like you can relate to it even in its sad elements.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And do you feel like I feel like that's what you're kind of doing now. You know what I mean? How you're telling your story and how you feel like the kids relate to you, and how.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Is that like kind of like a crazy thing for you, where it's like.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It really is. Like, and it's so funny because like there's so many kids, like not that many people know that. You know, there's a lot of people that know my music but don't know that part of me. But like who like follows me and who supports me and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think in time it's just gonna grow. It all just depends on how long I could stay genuine. And I feel like I could be like that forever. I don't want to change for the fame, you know? I don't need fame. I'm a very simple guy too. Like, you know, I kind of just enjoy living. And like right now, you know, I go through some bullshit, but I got it very easy right now. You know, I'm blessed to be in a house. You know, I got my car. I work a very good job, and I'm able to do music. You know, I could be in a worse position.
Yeah.
But I just really just like I don't even know, bro. I just keep looking. Dude, I don't know, man. Cause I think about it a lot, though. It's like. Yo, real shit, bro. Completely lost it. Completely lost where I was going with it. Yo, that's crazy, dude. Completely lost where I was going with that.
Do you wanna keep going?
Yeah, absolutely.
Fine.
If you want to keep going.
No, I can keep going as long as you can keep going.
Bro, I'll keep going. I love this right now. This is great. I feel like I'm on a whole ass podcast right now.
Right? So like, I guess just like, before Thomas, the question, what do you really want to get out of like Raw?
Oh, okay, let me just answer it now before I start fucking preaching. What I really want people to get out of Raw is just like, just take what you want from it. Like whatever experience you're going through, like there are going to be songs there to talk about every emotion you possibly thought of. Because that's what I tried to get. Like each song is a type of emotion that we've all felt before. So if you're into time, you don't have, like, you can listen to the whole album and enjoy it. But the album's also meant for you to pick and choose which one you want. Because I know not everyone thinks the same way. So like, you'll have songs like Close. I'm not going to spoil too much, but you're gonna like really want to like get up and like do some like nice little fucking dancing. I swear to God, that shit is crazy. And then there's gonna be songs like Shit Talk for people that are just like aggressive and just like that's how they get their emotions out. Or you got like Virus, a lot of people who like melodic musical type of rap, you know, like that, like kind of like a Logic or a Chance the Rapper type of thing. And then you're gonna have songs like Matchbox Jeans and Naughty Words that literally could be on like any like emo TikTok, something like ever. And then you got songs like Hideaway that are like very like pop rock influenced. Like it's so different. The whole album is so like, it's like Black Mirror. That's the type of shit I love. Yeah. My two favorite shows ever are Black Mirror and Love, Death and Robots on Netflix. Yeah. Dude, watch them. Craziest shit ever. Like Black Mirror is every episode is completely different with a completely different story. Love, Death and Robots, it's like 17 episodes. They're all like 1 minute and 30 seconds long, and they're animated all in completely different ways. Like one looks like Pixar, one looks like Archer, one looks like Looney Tunes. Like it's crazy. That's dope. So fire.
Fucking that's crazy. I gotta watch that.
Yo. No, it's weird though. These things, they're weird, bro. They take like the craziest. It's like a Vine. Like that's how it feels. It's like a TV show Vine.
That's weird. Do you think like how was it making an album that was like so diverse? Because I feel like a lot of times like people I feel like it's gotta be like a little more. Was it more challenging?
No, bro, because that's just how I make music. Like, one day I will make a rap song, and then the other day I'll listen to a Bruno Mars song like 7 in the morning, and then I'll go home and I'll write to that type of vibe.
Yeah.
You know, I write about how I feel. That's the reason. Like, I've never held myself to a standard. I've always been making different music. I don't force myself to. That's just how I write music.
Yeah.
I would love to drop a tape called like Schizo, and it's just all these songs, completely different genres. Like, that'd be crazy. Schizo rap.
That would be crazy. That'd be nuts. Would you do that soon, or is it something like you have no idea?
No, that just came out of
That was just some bullshit out of your head.
That was just some bullshit. That'd be fire.
Yeah, everything's
Schizo rap.
Schizo rap.
Volume 1.
Fucking, when like, what would you say to like the you of like 10 years ago?
10 years ago?
Yeah, 10 years ago, a hell of a long time ago. Maybe not 10.
9?
What?
Damn, no, that's a good age. No, that's a good age, because that's when around my pops died. I was going through it. Yeah, I was going through it hard. Yeah, I was getting bullied too. Tell my 10-year-old self, well, 9-year-old self, I would literally, like, if I was just a big brother, I'd just be like, yo, listen, like, you're on, like, this is what also millions of other people have had to go through. I know you don't want to go through this, but, you know what I mean? Like, it gets way better. It hurts right now because you're young, you don't understand it, but it gets better. And I don't know if I'd be able to take it, because I was very, like, anxiety-ridden, and, you know, when you're young, you don't even know you don't know how to control it at all. When you're older, you know, you find ways to control it a little easier. But, like, when you're a kid, you know fucking nothing. You have no idea what's going on. So on top of that, and having anxiety, like, but still.
Yeah.
I'd just be like how my brother was, though. My brother was doing that same exact thing. You know, he was telling me all that. So my if I went to go back, I'd probably just be doing exactly what my brother did.
Yeah. Do you think, like, do you think that that's something that, like, that's kind of why you're so, like, kind and, like, a leader to, like, all the kids that, like, you know what I mean? Or that's kind of why you feel like that's why you like taking people under your wing, you know what I mean?
I mean, I don't mean in the sense like I take these kids under their wing. Like, I don't want to make it seem like it's like,
oh, no, but like you look after.
Not like I'm not trying to be like a dad type thing, but like,
yeah.
It's really only people that make music, you know. Like, I'm not just taking like random.
Oh yeah, you're
kids,
not
you know
like a
I mean?
foster.
Like, yeah, like this ain't no foster. This ain't no 47 foster. 47 foster care, but no, like people like Jesse.
Yeah.
You know, we connected because, you know, he asked me. He was a person that fucked with my music, and I was gonna be like, listen, like, this is the reason why Jesse is so close to me, because I wasn't even gonna take him seriously. I'm gonna be completely real. Wasn't even gonna take him seriously, but he was on the phone with me, and he called me, and he was like, hey man, like, I want to show you this song that I wrote quick. And I was just sitting there. I was like, all right, bet, whatever. I never heard him rap before. Spits this you already know, bro.
Yeah.
Spits this crazy ass song, and he's 13. He was 13 at the time. Spits this ridiculous song, and I'm on the phone, bro, and I'm like, bro, no, like, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, Jiggy's calling me. Yo, I'm doing an interview right now.
Tell me, quickly. Do you know if tomorrow are you gonna drive to Rose's crib?
I'm a Uber because there's no parking over there.
What? There's no what?
No parking.
Oh, never mind. Because I was gonna see if you wanted to pick me up.
Yeah, no, there's no parking over there.
All right, bet. All right, peace out.
All right, peace. Yeah, so I got Jesse on board, and that's why he's part of us, because he has the talent, and also, like, he reminds me of me, bro. Our mannerisms are exactly the same, how I was, you know?
Yeah.
And we're both airheads. Like, I swear to God, like, we're both airheads, so it's, like, so funny. But no, I get what you mean, though, because, like, you have, like, Jiggy also. Yeah, like, I connected with him through, like, family. They wanted me to speak to him about something that was going on, and, like, I was just there to help him out, and then I introduced him to, like, music, and it gave him confidence, and now he's doing music.
Yeah.
So, yeah, somehow it always stems back to the music, you know?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's the root of all.
Yeah. Because I think music heals. That's it.
Dude, how When was the first time like music really started like being your healing process?
being my healing I think
Or,
it's
like-
always subliminally been, but until I started actually realizing it
Yeah.
and using it really, it was probably like I'm like 7th grade,
Really? How?
because I used to walk a lot by myself from places. I always used to go outside. I was a walker everywhere, and I had my headphones on. Like I was literally dancing, bro. I was freaking. I was dancing in the street. But sometimes I'd be really feeling like a Jason Derulo song. I'm just dancing. I'm singing.
Yeah.
It helped me a lot. Like a pastime for me, also.
It was a way to get out of the world type thing, you know, or like get away.
Not even get out of the world. Kind of make me more in it
Or
and enjoy it. You know,
Yeah.
look around me, like with a soundtrack, like a movie. Because I love movies. Love movies.
top 5 movies.
Top 5 movies.
Or top 3. No order if order's hard.
All right, so Interstellar is 1.
Interstellar's my favorite fucking movie.
Bro, Interstellar's my favorite.
Interstellar's crazy.
All time.
All time.
Dude. Masterpiece, that movie.
It's insane.
I have to do Transformers series. I think every single movie is. I'm just a huge fan. Like,
Of like Transformers as a franchise, or just like the
yo, everything.
everything.
Everything Transformers from the '60s show. The fact that it's aliens that transform into vehicles.
dope
that's
concept.
crazy.
It's insane.
That's so fire. Like what? Like that's so fire.
Yeah. Yo, when Ben
I
was
wish
saying,
I was Shia LaBeouf, bro.
dude, that'd be fire if you could just.
Sam Witwicky. He's in a song. I put him in a bar.
Really?
I said, I'm feeling so lost, don't know what it costs, but I think I'm having withdrawals. How you replace my spot for a man who ain't got the money to pay what it costs? How you be the thing I lost when the thing that brought us close was ripping off jaws? Now we losing our spark, feel light with Wiki. I'm switching through all of these cars.
That's fire.
That's on Withdrawals with Dr. Deck. That's in the chorus.
That's fire.
It's not out yet.
Oh,
It's not out yet. It's gonna drop when the summer hits though.
fire. That's non-raw?
No.
Okay. How much?
Raw is like solo.
Oh yeah. So why'd you do that?
Because it's like a personal album.
Just purely you.
Me.
Just raw as fuck.
Raw is my self-reflection album. So it has to just be, it's like my journal that I just put out. I have projects with people like Slouch Volume 1, got Baldwin, Dr. Deck, Jesse's on Raw, the epilogue, the first one. He's on, I put deluxe, people are on the deluxe albums. Like, Styx River, shout out Styx River, South Florida, bro. She's a beast.
Word.
She's a beast, and she has a great fan base because, you know, she preaches that real shit, like spirituality. She's very peaceful, and she makes great music. She has her own sound, and she's got big things coming. She's been talking to me about some stuff. She got some things coming.
Fire.
You're gonna see her name soon, I promise.
So, when so how much unreleased shit do you have? How much of a pile? Are you sitting on a pile? Is it like raw and then some little stash, or is it like
Raw and then like 5 or 6 songs. I used to have a lot,
Mhm.
and then I just kind of dropped everything.
Is it? How did you choose what to drop? Or just.
In the beginning, it was very impulse.
Mm.
I used to just drop, and then I stopped really going to the studio a lot because there was a period where I wasn't making money, so I couldn't go to the studio for like a month, 2 months.
Yeah.
Killing me.
When you can't go to the studio to just write, or is it you just?
That's when I stock up the most. It's like hibernation. Really, I haven't written anything. I haven't wrote a whole song in about like 3 weeks.
Really? So what have you been doing with it? Have you just been like saying?
I just haven't been writing just because I know what happens. You know. Well, I know I try to write. I go and I try and write. If I can't do it, I don't stress out because I always know like. The longer I am, the fucking sicker the song is, bro, when I come out of it. Like, I have this song, Look What the Fame Did, bro, and I was having like a 3-week, like, writer's block, and then I wrote this song, bro. Oh my god.
I love that song. I'm not listening to that. That's just fire.
Dude, that song is nuts, bro.
Yeah.
That song is nuts. I would drop that over and over again, just for people to listen to it. I love it. It's old, but fuck it.
Let me see.
This is done? No, it's not.
I feel like you talked about it a little bit, but like, who are some of your like bigger, like, who do you think your biggest like musical inspiration really is?
X.
X?
XXX Tentacion Jase Enfroy, yes. Just like Dwayne Ricardo on Freud. Yes. X.
When
And recently Kasky. Heavy.
Okay. Alright. When like how'd you find X like in his music? Was it just
My boy Mike Morgan back in like sophomore year. Shout out Mike Morgan. Like OG, like my high school friend group. Put me on to X and Ski, and then I just started listening to them ever since. Like way before 17, like his SoundCloud shit.
word? Like I feel like have you heard this thing where like people say that like what you said sophomore year of high school, so you're like 15 or something? You're like
Yeah, some shit like that. Yeah. It was 2016.
Yeah. So people say that like you're most like musically like you get the most use out of your sound, or like you grow into your sound from like 14 to 15 is where like you find shit that like you really fuck with, and most people stick with that. I mean, there's some people that they're genreless.
Well, remember this also. X is my idol for music, but the first person to put me onto rap was J. Cole. I was listening to old school, and that's why I make old school music.
Yeah.
Because I was listening to heavy J. Cole. Heavy.
What
Since 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
Fire.
So I was listening to that for a little bit, and then I found X, and I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I could do both of this.
Was that what you first thought? When you were like, oh shit, I can juggle both? You're like...
The song Heavy Megati, people are either gonna like this or hate this. I don't give a fuck. The chorus for Heavy Megati is an old X freestyle.
Huh.
So X goes, Benz, Audi, new Mazzy dick wetter than a harbor. Came for your fucking daughter. Let my brodies get a slaughter. I do the same thing in Heavy Megati, but it's a rap song. You know, so I added the J. Cole and the X with the heavy bass and the rap, and also that hook. Like, I paid a lot of homage to that, bro. I just love him. Like,
yeah.
Like, and also, like, you know, like, I'm not a fake X fan. Like, you can look in my fucking bedroom and there's like 30 different t-shirts, posters. I buy I buy my sister the X vinyls. Like, they're not even mine, but the fact that they're in my house, I have the satisfaction of like, yeah, I gotta have this here. Like, because I don't have a record player, but she does, so I buy them for her, realistically for me, to listen to when I want to.
It's a self-gift.
Yeah. No, but it's hers though. She listens to it whenever she wants. Like, I don't walk in her room alone and play it, but just the fact that I bought it, I was like, okay, yeah, I got this. Like,
yeah. Satisfaction of it.
Bro, I wish, bro. I feel like if he was still alive, things would be so much different. He would have peeped. He would have been peeped.
Crazy.
I feel like he would have been peeped.
He was on the trend for it. You know what I mean? Like, but
I think he would have peeped because I was repping hard. I don't know why I think so, but like, I don't know. I feel like energies match sometimes.
That would have been crazy. Do you ever think about like, are you someone that thinks about what ifs?
Nah.
You just
sometimes, like, I think about it and I'm like, all right, well, what the fuck am I gonna do about it?
Yeah.
I focus on so much what if I don't realize what's going on right now.
Yeah.
So.
Stay in the moment.
100%.
Yeah.
That's how I have to be.
What alright. Quick break from it, but just I want to ask, like off record, when do you want the interview to come out? At what part of the process?
Whenever we get it done. You
okay.
know.
No, because I'm asking like, do you want me to ask about the music video type stuff or?
Yeah.
Right.
You can ask me about that.
Alright, cool. So, what type of music videos do you want to have for Raw? What do you have? What's planned?
Well, I've been working with you.
Yes.
You know, we've been talking about it frequently, but for anyone who doesn't really know what the concept of the music video is going to be, well, you know, I want it to be very personal. You know, I want it to be very realistic, things that go on in everyday life, but just very articulate, you know. Fallen Angel will have a music video. You guys don't know that song yet, but when the album drops, well, you guys are probably gonna get it before the album drops as part of the rollout. So you guys are gonna know what the song is when the music video drops, of course, and yeah, it's gonna be a great concept. And on top of that, we're probably gonna do another music video for Close. That song's gonna be nuts. Like, I keep talking about it. Like, that song is like very, very cool. I have a lot of things planned for that one, but we're taking it day by day. But we will get that to you guys as soon as possible. So.
Fire. I'm trying to think of anything else. but I'm chilling. I think we have like, how long do you think we've been recording?
Like an hour and 30 minutes.
It's only been 40.
Oh, that's calm.
Yeah, so it's like choppable. So it's fire.
So yeah, if you want to clip it there.
Yeah, we can clip it. It was dope. You feel good with it?
That was fire, bro.
Fire?
That was super dope.
Yeah.
That was fire. Hell yeah! Ah, I just got shot 3 times. What the fuck? Nobody pay for me. Nobody pay for me.
Fire.